Jesus, our brother, kind and good, was humbly born in a stable room, and the friendly beast around him stood. Jesus, our brother, kind and good. I said a donkey, shaggy and brown. I carried his mother up hills and down. I carried her safely to Bethlehem town. I said a donkey, shaggy and brown.
Joseph borrowed me for the trip. He was a kind man, a neighbor, and when he came to my master and explained the need, my master said, "Of course, take him." "Take me? Take me where?" "To Bethlehem," he said. I'd never heard of Bethlehem. We had a long way to walk, and the lady needed a ride. You see, she was going to have a baby. She couldn't make the journey on foot. While we walked, she sang little songs to the baby, even though he wasn't born yet. Her voice was so sweet. Even when I felt tired, I found the strength I needed. I had to get her there safely. I had to get the baby there, too. Finally, we arrived. But there was no room for them inside the inn. We all went to the stable together.
I set the cow all white and red. I gave him my manger for his bed. I gave him my hay to pillow his head. I set the cow all white and red.
It was certainly curious. In they came, the man and the lady and the donkey, all of them exhausted from traveling so far. We don't usually have people staying with us in the stable, you understand. But the town was crowded. Every stall, every room was full. It was late at night when they came, and they were ready to rest. But it wasn't long until the lady sat up and spoke softly to the man to wake him. "Joseph," she said. "I'm here, Mary," he answered. And it wasn't long after that we heard the little baby's voice. I never knew crying could sound so sweet. Of course, I made room for him in the manger. It was just right for a crib. It was just right for a baby with no place else to go.
I set a dove from the rafters high. I cooed him to sleep that he should not cry. We cooed him to sleep, my mate and I. I set a dove from the rafters high.
We were dozing in the rafters of the barn, where the heat rises to keep us warm, and you can just see the starlight through a slit in the thatched roof. There was a beautiful star that night, so bright the light came right inside. I noticed it just after the baby was born. The starlight spilled right down, like a lantern shining on the manger. All the animals were quiet when the baby came, watching him, and then my mate and I began to sing, softly, a little lullaby for the baby. Babies sleep better when you sing to them. It's just too bad the way people kept coming in and out and interrupting our song and his sleep. Still, we kept singing. We made it especially beautiful for the baby.
I said the sheep with the curly horn, I gave him my wool for his blanket warm. He wore my coat on Christmas morn. I said the sheep with the curly horn.
It was cold that night, a terrible night to have a baby. When the lambs are born, we always hope for a warm night. It's better for the little ones, and better for the mamas too. Everything goes harder when it's cold. The little ones, newborns, whether they're lambs or people, need to be kept warm. In the fields, the sheep huddled together, but at night, we walked. We followed the men into town, where they went into a little stable. I went right in with them, and I saw the little baby. It was cold that night, even in the stable. But I have wool to spare. I gave it willingly to warm the baby. He had a fine blanket out of my coat, and when his mother smiled at me, I felt warm too.
Thus every beast by some good spell in that manger dark was glad to tell of the gifts they gave to Emmanuel. The gifts they gave to Emmanuel. Jesus our bride